So now we're going to start a Quizlet live game. I am in my actual Quizlet and I can tell that I have more than 12 because the live is now blue. If you didn't have enough or the adequate stuff to do this, it would not turn blue. So I'm going to go ahead and click on live and then create game. And now students need to navigate to Quizlet.live and enter the code. The code automatically goes in there with the dash. And after they do that, it prompts them to provide their name. And I always tell them just to put their first name unless someone else in the class has the same name with the same spelling, and then they can put their initial at the end. And as you can see, we have to have a minimum of 6 students to play Quizlet live. And once I have my 6, I can create the game. And so now it automatically puts them into groups. And if by chance you see that, oh my goodness, some of these students should be working together, you can click on Shuffle Teams and completely change the teams as many times as you need to. So now the students in the room, I'm going to ask them, anyone who's an alligator to sit by Carson, and anyone who is a lion to sit by Ashley. And I have an awesome group, and they're awfully quiet for me. That's just absolutely wonderful. So once they are together and they're ready to go, I always tell them, make sure you can see each other's iPads, simply because once the game starts, the question will be at the top of each student's iPad, but each student has a set of 4 answers that are unique to them only. Now, the important thing to know is while there are unique answers on each iPad, only one student has the correct answer. So they need to discuss and interact with one another to make this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Game. So as you can see, each student has their own set of answers, and their set of answers is the larger box on this screen. And one student will tap the answer, and once they tap it, that answer is eliminated on their screen. So there is potential that one student could run out of all 4 answers right away, and then the other 2 are left to do the answering. But as long as they're communicating with each other the entire time, this is a successful venture. And the goal is to get their team to answering 12 questions correctly to get to the end. Now, if someone in the group would happen to tap the wrong answer, it takes the group back to the beginning, so they have to start all over. And now you can see the teacher side. Usually I suggest that the teacher project this on the screen. The Lions had a great role and they answered one wrong, and it took them back to the beginning, which is why they're at 3. And as you can see, the alligators are approaching their 12 correct answers, and we'll just watch and see what happens. And so then we see right away that the alligators win, and now I can immediately click on Continue to Stats, and we as a class can review, here's the question, and here were some answers that were provided for that, and we can review why these answers would not be correct and how they relate to this. And it will show me that for every single one that the students had missed. And it could just be one group that missed it, and it will show up there. And so then it talks about what we should study, where do we really have some issues, and then it talks about what we know. So you have some incredible tools there to review with your class. Then I have the option of exiting the game or going back to play again and shuffling the teams. So this is a great tool for student engagement and getting them to work together while learning and helping one another.